We have been working for the last. Sorry, I'm knackered. I'm absolutely knackered. I had a massive event yesterday. If you've been following the Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen the snaps coming up basically throughout the day on Sunday. We had a really big event yesterday, 350 odd people, just over, I think it was in the end. Basically, what's happening? Sophie's sending me messages about girls' night. Hey, Soph. So we had this huge event. We've been prepping for it for about 3 months, I think, nearly, around that kind of time. And it's grown, it's changed, it's been a lot of hard work, a lot of graft, a lot of people involved in the back. Primarily, I designed the overview of the event. So how it was all going to work, how it was going to be structured, and I've got different teams of people that did all the individual activities and pieced them together. So Gary and Stacey at the Immersive Events team very much put together the 5 IME events. And they were supported then with all of our actors, with Jen from Shepton and a few other people to come and do it. Lisa jumped in and gave a hand. She was up in the axe throwing all day and the angel throwing, so I think she enjoyed that. And then Lauren and her heritage team basically ran all the Jailhouse Tour side of things, the heritage aspects. And then myself and Chrissy and a few others, Sandra, Sally, there's a number of them. Glyn came up from Shepton, and we ran the general operations side of things. And together it worked really, really well. I think the stars of the show, it's so hard. So many people worked so difficult. So yes, everyone was really, really worked hard. I think Lisa was definitely out of her comfort zone in an area she doesn't really know, so she did really well. Fred was immense, just because Fred's Fred. Gary and Stace obviously do the good work they do. I'm not going to mention everybody. Sally was an absolute trooper, just an absolute, just ploughed on, just got it done. She was a real unsung hero, I think, yesterday. But I think, you know what? It's weird, but I think, although he probably had the easiest role in terms of like physical effort that he had to put into it. I hope he doesn't take that the wrong way. Physical effort, because everyone else was kind of running around like crazy, like absolutely mad. And he didn't have to do that bit. But he had probably one of the most challenging roles in terms of his responsibility was to compare the entire event. So for 4.5 hours, Mr. Paul Toole compared the entire event all the way through. And I'm going to stick some clips up at the end of this video that you can see. The guy's a legend. Even after, actually, I'll stick the clip up of, so the whole event had finished. So basically the way it worked was these guys, the company came down, we processed them all into prison, so we went into jumpsuits, we put them all into cells, had a 20-minute escape room, and then they had 3 hours to complete different activities. So 10 different activities they could take part in. Each activity gave them a little blue token. They counted up the blue tokens at the end. Every team that had 6 or more tokens went into a draw. And then we chose 5 teams drawn out of a bucket. Because we were doing Hats in Prison as a bucket. So we drew them out of a bucket. The 5 teams came up onto stage. 1 person from each team was then put into stocks, like as you bolted into stocks, like padlocked into stocks. And another member team was handcuffed to them, and the rest of the team had to search through a big box of keys and find the right keys. And once they freed their team members, they had to make it all through the exercise yard, through the crowd, onto a giant sofa, and they won a trip for their entire team to San Francisco. So absolutely amazing ride. But the event finished. It was brilliant event. The event finished. Everyone was waiting outside. So about 240 people outside, because a couple of coaches had gone, waiting for the last 3 coaches. And it was really hot, as you know, yesterday, and they stood outside. They all sort of stood around waiting for coaches, and I got Paul to come out the front and basically entertain the crowd. And this is why, for me, I think at the Moneypenny event that we did on Sunday, the 7th of July, my star of the day goes to Mr. Paul Toole, and this is the reason why.
All right, guys, let's go, please. I thought you'd all be gone by now. It's time, haven't you? Yeah! So Poshly, we can have a huge cheer, please. Ready? 1, 2, 3! We'll try that again, but incorporate some waving hands, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3!
Brother, crossfire. It's caught in the crossfire.